Welcome back, kids. So, today we are going to learn a new chapter that is reproduction. So, do you know what is reproduction? You don't know? Nothing to worry. So, today we will learn and we will know that what is reproduction, how many types of reproduction are there, and why reproduction is important. Now, let's see. So, in this chapter, we are going to read why animals need to reproduce and the different ways by which animals reproduce. Now see here, all living things that take birth have to die one day. All the living things, whoever take birth, have to die one day. That is why they produce young ones of their own kind so that they do not die out. That's why they are producing their young ones so that they never die. The process by which animals produce their own kind is called reproduction. What is reproduction? The process by which animals produce their own kind is called reproduction. Now see, reproduction is of two types. How many types of reproduction are there? It's of two types. So now see, it's of two types. That is what? The first type is by giving birth to young ones. How the animals reproduce? First is by giving birth to young ones, and second by laying eggs. Now, the animals that give birth to their young ones are called mammals. What are mammals? Those animals which give birth to their young ones are called mammals. These mammals are also feeding their own breast milk when the young one born. Now, they are also called viviparous animals. How human beings, cows, buffaloes, elephants, dogs, cats, etc. These all are what? Mammals. Now see, the reproduction by giving birth to young ones. Young ones of mammals grow inside their mother's body. How the young ones grows? They grow inside their mother's bodies. They get food and nourishment from the food that mothers eat. Now, if they are growing inside the mother body, then how they are getting food? So, whatever their mother is eating, whatever food their mother is eating, they are getting nourishment from that food only. Okay. Now, when they are fully developed, the mothers give birth to their young ones. How they take birth? When they are fully developed. That time the mothers give birth to their young ones. They feed them with their own milk. So, what they are doing after giving birth, they feed them with their own milk. Now, see here. Animals feed their young ones till the time they are not able to go out and search for their food on their own. How long they are feeding? They are feeding their young ones as long as they are not able to take their own food by their own self. Now see here the picture how the mother cow is feeding its young one. Now see here how the parents are taking care of their young ones. So look at these pictures. What do you observe in these pictures? Just see, here is the mama elephant taking care of its baby elephant. Here is bear, mama bear taking care of its baby. Here is kangaroo taking care of its baby. Here is the lioness taking care of its baby, and here is the monkey. Yes, with its baby is monkey. Now see, animals love and take care of their young ones. So how? How they are loving and taking care? By providing them with food. What they provide? They provide them with food. They care for them when they are sick or in any problem. When they are sick and or in any problem, they are taking care of their babies. They provide with them safety from other animals. They are making safer their babies from any animals. Now, the second is what? The reproduction by laying eggs. Now, see here, animals like birds, snakes, frogs, butterflies, etc. reproduce by laying eggs. How they reproduce? They reproduce by laying eggs. The eggs of birds are made up of hard protective outer shell. So how is the outermost protective shell? It's a very hard. It's very hard. Inside the cell is the egg white called albumin. See here. Inside the cell, the white portion is called what? Albumin. Now inside it is the round yellow yolk. This is what? Yellow yolk. Yes. The thick the chick forms and grows inside the yolk. In this chick only, in this yolk only the chick are developed. Okay. So the chick forms and grows inside the yolk. The growing chick is called the embryo. So here when the chick is when growing, so that is called what? The embryo. Okay. Now it gets its food from the yolk and water from the albumin. From where the growing chick is getting food? From this yolk and water from this albumin. Now albumin protects the yolk as well as the embryo. The embryo develops into a chick. Now this embryo develops into a chick. Now see, different animals lay eggs at different places. Not all animals lay eggs at same place. So different animals lay eggs at different places. Birds make nest for laying eggs. Where birds are laying eggs? In the nest. The parent bird sits on the eggs for hatching them. After laying egg in the nest, what the parent birds are doing? They are sitting on the eggs for hatching them. This is called incubation. This process is called what? Incubation. The young ones come out after a few days. The parents feed them with food. Now, once the young ones are coming out from the eggs, so what parents are doing? They started feeding them with food. Now, the reptiles like lizards, turtles, snakes, etc., do not lay eggs in nest. These animals, lizards, turtles, snakes, they do not lay eggs in nest. They lay egg on the ground. They do not sit on the eggs for hatching them. These animals are not sitting on their egg to hatching them. Their eggs get warmth from the sun. Parents do not protect their eggs. That is why many of them are eaten away by other animals because their eggs are not protected by the parents. So many of eggs are eaten by other animals. Now see here the how the fish lays eggs. Yes, so the fish lays thousands of eggs in water, but only a few hundred survive and grow into small baby fishes. So what the fish are doing? The fish are giving thousands of eggs, laying thousands of eggs in water, but only a few hundred survive and grow into small baby fishes. Why? Because rest of them are eaten by big fishes. Frogs lay eggs under water. Their eggs do not have hard shell. Instead, they are protected by a thick jelly. The eggs hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles grow up to become frogs. So here what is happening? Where the frogs are laying eggs, they lay eggs under water. Their eggs do not have hard cells, but instead they are protected by a thick jelly. How they are protected? By thick jelly. The eggs hatch into tadpoles and then tadpoles grow up to become a frogs. Now see here the diagram. So what is here? Frog lays eggs in water. Yes, it lays eggs in water. Now see, in 2 weeks, a tadpole hatches from the frog. In 2 weeks, what is happening? A tadpole hatches. Yes, from the eggs. Now see, this is the tadpole. Now it becomes what? By the 11th week, an adult frog is formed. Here see, the baby frog and here is what? The adult frog is formed. So what is this? This is the life cycle of a frog. Now, after seeing the life cycle of a frog, what we will see? We will see the life cycle of a butterfly. So here insects also reproduce by laying eggs. Now see here. So first what is happening? Eggs are laid on the leaves of butterflies. Butterflies lay eggs on the leaves. Now they hatch out and a worm-like creature called larva comes out. These eggs are hatched out and a worm-like creature, see here. It's called what? Larva. It comes out. The larva of a butterfly is called a caterpillar. This is called what? It's called a caterpillar. It is very active. It grows up very fast. Have you seen larva or caterpillar? It's very active and it's growing very fast. Now after this larva or caterpillar, what's happening? Pupa. This is called what? Pupa. So larva grows very fast and develop a covering for itself. See here how it's covering itself. And it's called pupa. It is not as active as the larva. It's not so much active. Now see here, butterfly coming out from the pupa. How the butterfly is coming from the pupa. After a while, pupa bursts out and the adult butterfly comes out. See here, the pupa bursts out and a young butterfly comes out. So interesting this is. Now we will see what are the foster care and adoption. Like animals, human beings also take care of their children. But there are people who cannot give birth to their children themselves. There are many people who can't give birth to their young one. Yes, they become parents by legally adopting a child. So what they are doing? They don't have a child, so they are legally adopting a child. There are many children who lost their parents either due to a natural disaster like earthquake, flood, etc., or due to illness. These children are sent to social organization. So those children whose parents are just because of any natural disaster or due to their illness, so those children become what? Orphan. So they are sent to social organization. These organizations take care of the children till somebody adopts them. Adopts means somebody take them with themselves. Now, let us take an example of a girl called Pinky Sa. He lost her parents in an earthquake. Where she lost her parents? In an earthquake in Bhuj, Gujarat. So, so what happened? She was sent to an orphanage which was run by the government. What happened with her? She was sent to an orphanage which was run by the government. So what is orphanage? Kids, the orphan kids whose parents are no more to take care of themselves, take care of them. So they are called orphan, and the place where these orphan kids are living are called what? Orphanage. Now many children lived there. People who did not have children used to come there and adopt children. One day, a couple called Mr. and Mrs. Thakur visited the place. They had lost their only child in an accident, so they wanted to adopt a child. Yeah. Now, the caretaker of that orphanage took them for a round to help them to choose a child from his orphanage. They chose Pinky. They asked Pinky if she wanted to become their daughter. So they showed Pinky and they asked Pinky that whether she wanted to become their daughter. She cried and said yes. What said? She said yes. They legally adopted her and took her to their house. Now see Pinky, how happy she is. Is there any family in your neighborhood which has adopted any child? If yes, find out how and from where did they adopt the child. Do you know anyone who has adopted their child? If you know those person, Then go and ask them that how they did that. Children who are neglected by their families because of some reason are removed from their families and are placed in state's custody by the court. Okay, so the children who are neglected by their families because of some reason, uh, uh, any things it may be, are removed from their families and placed in state's custody by the court. They reside with foster parents or in group homes. So foster parents are the parents, the person who are not the real parents, but they are taking care of those kids for some days, some month, or a year. They reside with foster parents in the or in group homes. Foster care centers have been set up at different places by the government. These centers give shelter to the children who are either orphans or are neglected. Foster parents take care of a child for a few weeks, months, or even years without becoming his or her legal parents. So, these foster parents are what? They are taking care of those children. Now, so today what we learn? We learn reproduction, we learn types of reproduction, and we also learn about the adoption and the foster care. Hope you understand this chapter very nice and very well. If you like this, just quickly like and subscribe your own channel so that you couldn't miss any single videos.